They said he was washed, injury-prone, overhyped. After a roller coaster of injuries, media criticism, and flashes of greatness that never quite lasted, the league quietly started to move on from Saquon Barkley. The burst? Gone? The dominance? A thing of the past. Even fans started to wonder, was this it? And then came 2024. No hype, no drama, just pure dominance. What Saquon did this season wasn't just a comeback. It was a statement. A message to every analyst, coach, and fan who had already closed the book on him. Because what followed didn't just prove them wrong, it changed everything. In a league built on speed, power, and constant turnover, no one expected Saquon Barkley to come back swinging like this. But by the time the season ended, he hadn't just silenced the critics, he'd rewritten the history books. Barkley rushed for 2,005 yards in the regular season. Only a handful of running backs have ever crossed that mark. But Saquon didn't stop there. In the playoffs, he added another 499 yards, putting him at a mind-blowing 2,504 total rushing yards for the year. Let that sink in. That's the most combined rushing yards in a single season ever. Not Derrick Henry, not Adrian Peterson, not even the legends like Barry Sanders or Emmitt Smith hit that number, and the way he did it, even crazier. He wasn't just breaking off long runs. He was dominating every phase of the game, short yardage situations, explosive runs, red zone finishes. He became the weapon in the Eagles' offense. When defenses stacked the box to stop him, he broke through anyway, and then came the Super Bowl. On the biggest stage, against the toughest defense in the league, Barkley didn't just show up. He took over. He set 2 Super Bowl records, most rushing yards in a single game and most yards from scrimmage. And when the confetti fell, it was Barkley holding the MVP trophy, not the quarterback. But that wasn't the most shocking part. Just weeks after one of the greatest seasons by a running back in NFL history, Saquon Barkley dropped a bombshell. In an interview, he casually mentioned something no one was prepared to hear. He said he could walk away from football out of nowhere. Just like that. No farewell tour, no warning, just gone. Fans were stunned. Sports shows lit up with speculation. Why would a player at the peak of his career even bring up retirement, especially after doing what most players only dream of? Some believed it was just an offhand comment. Others saw it as a warning sign. Maybe the physical toll was worse than he was letting on. Maybe the 482 total touches he had in 2024 were already catching up to him. But behind the scenes, things were starting to make more sense. The way Barkley trained, the way he managed his body, the shift in his mindset, it all hinted at something deeper. He wasn't just playing to survive another season. He was thinking legacy, longevity, life after football. And for a moment, it felt like the NFL's most dominant back might walk away while still on top. But then something happened that changed the narrative completely. As rumors swirled and fans held their breath, the Philadelphia Eagles made one thing very clear. They weren't ready to let Saquon go. Behind closed doors, the organization went all in, not just with words, but with one of the most lucrative running back contracts in recent NFL history. They didn't just pay him for what he had done, they paid him for what he was about to do. Head coach Nick Sirianni shut down the retirement talk in seconds. Saquon's not done, not even close, he said. He's the heart of this offense, and we're building around him. This wasn't a veteran being eased into a backup role. This was the Eagles doubling down, structuring their entire offensive identity around number 26. Barkley wasn't just a weapon, he was the weapon. It sent a message to the rest of the league. He's not going anywhere. And if you thought last season was his peak, think again. But the real surprise came in how Barkley approached the offseason, because this time he didn't train harder, he trained smarter. After years of pounding his body with brutal workouts and heavy weights, Barkley flipped the script. Instead of chasing raw power, he focused on recovery, mobility, and injury prevention. His off-season routine looked less like a traditional powerlifting program and more like a precision engineering project. Guided by advice from Hall of Fame legends like Marshall Faulk and Edgerrin James, Barkley prioritized flexibility, agility, and smart conditioning. The goal? To keep his body fresh over an insanely demanding season. Gone were the days of squatting massive weights that left him sore for weeks. Instead, daily mobility drills, controlled speed work, and strategic rest became his new secret weapons. The result? A body that could absorb over 480 touches in a season, one of the highest workloads for any back, without losing a step. And the proof was on the field. He ran with more burst. His cuts were sharper. His stamina, unbreakable. Barkley wasn't just playing the game, he was mastering how to outlast it. But as impressive as this was, there was still a shadow looming over running backs with high workloads. In the NFL, running backs who carry the ball 370-plus times in a season almost always hit a wall. History shows their production plummets, injuries pile up, and many fade from elite status in the blink of an eye. This wear and tear curse has ended countless careers before they could reach their true peak. Fans feared Barkley might be next. Could his record-breaking workload be a ticking time bomb? But Saquon did something no one expected. Instead of declining, he improved. His efficiency on the field increased, his vision became sharper, and his breakaway speed stayed explosive. It was as if he'd cracked the code on durability, blending smart training with relentless skill. That made experts sit up and take notice. Not only was Barkley defying the odds, he was rewriting the narrative of what a modern running back could be. And that's not all. Behind the scenes, Barkley's mindset was evolving just as much as his physical game. Saquon Barkley isn't just redefining his body, he's reshaping his entire approach to football. He talks openly about entering my prime, and he means it. Despite all the challenges, injuries, and doubts, Barkley's confidence is stronger than ever. He's no longer just playing to prove critics wrong. He's playing to build a legacy of longevity, resilience, and domination. That mindset shift is key. Barkley embraces every challenge, every hit, every high-pressure moment as a chance to grow. The game isn't just physical anymore, it's mental, and the long-term plan is clear. Barkley wants to be the model for the modern running back, one who doesn't just light up the stat sheet for a season or two, but stays elite for years. No more quick fades, no more injury-prone labels. This is the future Barkley is building, smart, calculated, unstoppable. But even with all this progress, one big question remains. After rewriting the record books, defying the odds, and reinventing himself physically and mentally, the biggest question still hangs in the air. What's next for Saquon Barkley? Will he keep climbing, shatter even more records, lead the Eagles to dynasty status? Or will the brutal toll of the NFL eventually catch up, forcing him to make tough decisions no running back wants to face? One thing is certain, Barkley has already changed the conversation about what it means to be an elite running back in today's game. No longer just a highlight reel, he's a symbol of resilience, evolution, and determination. And for every fan watching, the story of Saquon Barkley isn't just about football, it's about fighting back when everyone says you're done. So the real question isn't if he's done, but how far he's willing to go next. Thanks for sticking with me through this incredible journey. If you want more deep dives into NFL legends and rising stars, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned, because Saquon Barkley's story is far from over.